Welcome, super gamers of all ages, to Minecraft Sky Odyssey, where today I'm going to be finishing the reactor, which means I'll need some react or casing or glass probably. I think it's just glass, and I think that I have the control rods back over here. Not this chest. No, I can't hear anything. Volume. My computer was muted. That was the problem. There we go. So, what I did while I was gone, or in the meantime, is fill the reactor up with these diamond blocks, which are to keep the water in, and it also, because I can just flex because I have diamond blocks in my nuclear reactor. And then I also filled up, which took forever, the sides with gelid cryothium, and I built up the reactor fuel rods, which is, it's just building it up. There's nothing special you have to do for that. And the gelid cryothium, so if you wanted to just, so how the reactors work is you have the fuel rods, and they generate heat and radiation. And if you reduce the heat, it's more efficient because it burns through the reactor rods less. And I think that it uses less uranium and slows down how quickly it burns. And then I forget what, I think that's all it does, is it just makes it more efficient. Well, higher heat provides more power, uses more uranium. Lower heat provides more, or requires less uranium but provides less power. But anyway, with gelid cryothium, it falls akin to sand or gravel. So what I did is I created these ceilings, and so I'd just place the gelid cryothium. I'd bring my tank, and I'd grab the tank, then place it there until they filled up. And gelid cryothium is so cold that it creates snow. And with these, also the gelid cryothium hurts you, so you don't really want to go in it. I'll demonstrate. And why can I not swim up in it? That is not good. I guess that every time I've done that, I've had my jetpack on me, which I did not have. Whoopsie daisy. I'm pretty sure I've gotten golden apples though. So grab a hoe to fix the seed, and then golden apples. There we go. Doop and doop. Okay, alright, you're good, you can. So, oh, okay, it is on top. There we go. Grabbed everything. Another thing to note is that the Morning Star works as, the Morning Star works as a shovel, pickaxe, and hammer, while the Qatar works as, I assume shears, but also axe and a hoe. So I really just need these two to do everything that I really need to be able to do with them. Also, diamond wands don't repair. So like as you can see, this pickaxe is perfectly fine and very quickly. So I just thought that I'd show you how I did the gelid cryothium. That was a pretty good way. Although if you're doing water or something, you just have to fill up the top layer and it'll work perfectly fine to have the water flowing down. But gelid cryothium doesn't flow the same way, so you can't do it with gelid cryothium. And I believe that is it. And then, so there will be, so in these, also, you don't need water anything that's not directly, or in the cardinal directions of ow, of the fuel rods, because that's the only thing that affects them. And so you can put things like iron blocks and stuff in to make sure that the liquid isn't flowing and legs out your system, or in general just looks ugly. I'm also so okay. Well, that was nice. So we can move that. Also, the gel cryothium typically has snow over it. And if you're curious about the dimensions of the reactor, it is 15 by 15. Budunk. Oh. Stupid snow. Oh, it's happening again. Snow, more snow. Marching out here. Oh, ran out of glass. Okie day. And then. Ooh, whoopsie. No, don't hurt me. I've already showed. It also destroys things such as torches. Which I want to actually. Until I get better stuff. Actually, blink. There we go. And then we can grab these three very important things. If we break that, an energy tap. So this is where we will get our energy out of. And then this is where we will put uranium in. Oh, okay, I did break it. And that is where we will be taking uranium out of. We just need to do that. And then on the top, I kind of forgot about this, but over the reactor fuel rods, we will be putting these reactor controls, which basically allow you to adjust how deep in the uranium is. Okay, so I will need 7 more control rods and probably another stack. Or let's just do 2 stacks of glass. That'll be easier. The reactor control rods allow you to determine how far in, or well, more so how far out you pull the uranium. So if it's a higher percentage, I'm pretty sure it's a lower amount of uranium. So let's do this control rods. 7. And then grab a stack of this. Okay. Let's go! Oh, and I will walk you guys through how I did the gelid cryothium in a second. And just so you're aware, it did take me at least an hour to do all the gelid cryothium stuff. Not that I did it in the most efficient way. That's just how long it took me. Alright. There we go. And I'll just grab a little bit more of the casing. And dump what I don't need. Eat more toasto chocolate. And I did net lose a decent amount of EMC while doing this. In order to make the gelid cryothium. I also dabbled a little bit into the deep mob learning. Don't really understand most of it, but I thought that I should read up a little bit and get started on some of the basics and then explain to you how it works once I understand what on earth I'm doing. Because at the moment, I couldn't tell you. It is very confusing. Well, kind of. it's more so, well, it's less confusing. I think I more or less understand it. It's more so I need to actually be killing mobs in order to utilize it. So I can't do anything yet. So if we look, yep, it is a functioning reactor because it's not giving us a message. So we can check here, auto eject waste, and so we can activate it. Fuel reactivity, so all of this will change once we turn it on. But first, before I turn it on, we need to set up our storage, which luckily we have a whole bunch of EMC, so storing the power won't be super hard. And we will be storing it in the same room. So if we look for our flux plug for, yes, this is what we need to suck things out of machines. And if we search here for a flux, here we go. We need a flux point, which is these flux cores, which is obsidian and flux, which we don't have. Flux, obtain, throwing redstone into fire or lava. So let's just grab a bit of this redstone as a starter, and then lava, and then let's put lux into here, or flux, I should say, because that is going to be everything that we are doing. We'll be revolving around flux. So if we do this, let's just stop it from going over here a little bit, and good. Throw the redstone, grab that, grab the bucket, run away from the dying people, and burn it and learn it. Okay, so this can be used to make the flux current configurator, which is ender pearl and obsidian, which we'll be needing a lot of. So stack of you just for ease of use, and then let's make a flux configurator because that will be handy. We definitely need to make Eyes of Ender. Oh, actually, how quickly? Fairly quickly breaks obsidian. That is scary. I don't think we have any blaze. No. How do we get blaze powder? A whole bunch of and okay. Just need to grab some sulfur. Don't entirely remember where I got this from, but I got it, and that's all that matters. So this would be a good time to tell you how I did the gelled pyrotheum. So in order to make cryotheum dust, or gelled cryotheum, sorry, you have to get snowballs. You need 2 snowballs, 1 redstone, and 1 blizz powder to make 1 cryotheum dust. So I put a bucket of water into here, and it made a total of 8 snowballs, I'm pretty sure. For sure it's just 8. And then I put a bucket of essence, which I got from building this mob crusher, which I need to repower. That is very noisy. Grab a tank, and then my oh that's not put that there, and there, what was it? It was a cell, and yeah, I never, okay. Well, so what I did is, you know what, it'll be simpler to just grab a coal. I didn't even make another cell, but just coal and a whole bunch of Eternalist fuel. And just place it right here. I'll give this power, and it'll start killing things like that. And we get essence that is at least roughly equal to experience. but we can put it into this fluid transposer. And then I did it with the snowballs, but you can also do it with sulfur. Sulfur will get the whatever it is I'm trying to get right now. And if you do blaze powder. And then if you try to do snowballs, it will give you blizz powder. And then you can use that to make the cryothium dust, which is EMCable. And if you put cryothium dust in the magma crucible, it creates gelid cryothium. And then I created a giant tower of tanks for the gelid cryothium to go, and I just let my computer idle and load that while I did other things. And let me recharge my jetpack a little bit. While I did other things. And it worked fairly, it worked, and it was able to create the gelid cryothium that I used for the reactor. Redstone, conductance, alright, and we'll make another energy cell. It's a bummer that we lost the other one because that had energy in it. Only intake, but nothing will insert into it. You insert, you don't extract. Okay, now it's starting to get some energy. So, you done? You are blaze powder. That is now EMCable. Thank you. And I'll do the same with the flux. Just so we can have a lot of it. Alright, and now we do this, and we get an Eye of Ender, which we can learn about. And then make flux cores, which we can learn about, then grab a stack of, because we use a lot of these. And then we make a flux block, and same deal, learn about it. I'll just grab a stack, because why not? And then we already have a plug, so we need to make a point, which requires a block of redstone. There we go. We need a redstone point, or a flux point, I mean. And then we'll probably only need 2. So, how plugs and points work is a plug is for adding energy into the flux network, and a point is for removing it from the network. You can think of this almost like internet. When when your computer is trying to retrieve something, it is removing or pulling that information from the network of internet, and when it is trying to send a signal out for to retrieve that, it has to send information into the network. So when you add energy into the network, you are pulling it from a machine into the nebulous space of the network. And then when you pull it out of the network via a flux point, you are taking it out of the nebulous space of the network and into another machine. And then there are also storages, which is a controller, which we might as well make. Boom. Which allows you to do a few extra fun things. And then there's also giant storage, which requires... Okay. So we need a lot of glass panes, it appears. Luckily, I have quite a few. So if we do 9, I kind of want to make at least 10 of these, which means that I'm going to need to make 60 of these. 60 times 6 is 36, 360. I'm going to need 360. Never mind, I'm not making 10. Let's just, because if I do, I need to make at least 36. So let me do this. And I don't know actually if 36 works. The next highest would be 72. So it's actually, in theory, I really should only do 36. And now I need to make a whole bunch of more glass panes. So I'll just do 36 and make a single bungo storage. And glass. Just grab a bit and start paintifying it. Because we actually need a lot less panes. So I actually kind of made way too much. Well, only kind of, because then when you do this, 6, no, yeah, I made way too much. Well, kind of. That'll be good for future stuff. So now we have this, which is over 1 million of energy storage, which I am going to place in the, wait, I almost jumped off the edge thinking I had my yet yak on. Let's go in the yet yak. So we will place a few things in the reactor. I have not grabbed my uranium yet. What is wrong with me? And so this will, I'll probably make another one and make them like pillars or something. And then we will put a flux point for removing stuff from the network. And let's go back because I need to grab my uranium anyway. So these are the things that I have to place. So yeah, we will finally be able to power our machines properly. Excuse me. So we will grab all of the uranium that I've been cooking up. I could use one more. Thank you for your service. And I do that, like that. Balance it out. And that will be our starting uranium, which I'm sure it will eat right up. So I'm just gonna grab another couple stacks. Well, no, I'm going to grab another personal EMC link and an item conduit. And does cyanide? Nope. N. Cyanide. You have an EMC. You do. So I can do this, and it should hopefully work. First, let me set up the network with a flux controller right here. Please select a network. Let's create. Where is the? Here, create a new network. I'm gonna just call it Hoaxer Styles Network. Private, allow conversion, true, energy type, Tesla, RF is what I like. Color, oh, I want yellow. There we go, yellow. This, it is Hoaxer Styles Network. Name, Flex Controller, priority, no limit. Configure wireless charging, everything. So it will charge stuff in my inventory. And it will charge what's in me. And then we can see what's in the network. And statistics, allowed players, and I can debug it, edit it. All looks good. And then I can grab my special stick here and copy the configuration. And then run over here and paste it on this point and the gargantuan storage. And here, since this is where our uranium goes in, yep, and it is 4% full of uranium. That is not a lot. And so I am, you know what, I'm going to, right here, put the personal EMC link, and, uh-oh. Get the glass, I don't see it. Wait, how are you alive? How did you live that first attack? So many questions. Yeah, I don't have that glass. My inventory. First, though, I will do that, and I need another item conduit. And a glass window. And then the plug is for adding it. Yeah, so plugs take things out. So we will put, so I actually, that point is wrong. But instead of having all of these coal generators, I can just put this plug here, smack it with the wand. Oh yeah, so you have to shift right click to copy settings, and then regular right click to paste. And then I need another item, conduit, and reactor glass. Whee! And I will be working on getting a better jetpack next episode, so hopefully hovering will be true hover, and I can also store more, so it's not as big of a worry. Alright, and now I am going to actually don't have any rain. I need to make a tablet, which is, there's so many things I want to do. Alright. Also, just having eternal swiftness would be nice. So, I want to, let me first put in the stuff that I don't need. So I don't need any of that anymore. And I do need to grab that plug. So what I need is some uranium. And I believe that was it. And I also have to configure the wires. Remove that. Okay, so you are extracting always on. You are inserting. You are extracting always on, and you are inserting. You are putting out uranium. So you will see it is slowly filling up with uranium. I will put the stack in to speed up the process. This thing can take a lot of uranium. Actually, we do have that ginormous power intake. Let's activate this thing. Alright, and it's immediately starting to build up its energy buffer. Right, you are the wrong thing. Oops, I took a screenshot. Because you're a point. Yeah, you add stuff into the network, so we'll configure you like that. And now we will see that the buffer is gone. And so the heat. So here, I can actually tell you what it says. So the core temperature is inside the reactor core. Higher temperature increases the fuel burnup. The reactor is passively cooled and generates energy directly from the heat of its core. So this is how hot it is, and the hotter it is, the more uranium it takes. The rate is the rate of which the fuel is fissioned into waste in the core. And then how heavily irradiated the core is, higher levels of radiation reduce fuel burnup. And having them all close together increases the radioactivity, which reduces the burnup. The fuel status, it is slowly going up, which is good. The casing heat is increasing. Heat of the casing, high heat raises energy output and coolant conversion, which I think is how quickly the coolant converts heat into cool. Core heat, heat of the reactor's fuel. High heat raises fuel usage. Cool heat is transferred to the casing. Transfer rate is based on the design of the reactor's interior. That is climbing scarily close to the top. And then that is how much energy we have. The climb, it has slowed significantly. Okay, and it's full. Let's deactivate the reactor for now, so that we don't waste too much. And then this is how much we reduce the insertion by. So think of this about how much the further down it goes, the higher up you've pulled it out. Let's do 90% for everything. Nope. And done. Alright, so what pulling all the reactor rods out does is it reduces the amount of uranium that's actually in the reactor to get burned up. So if we were to activate it again, the energy output is lower, the heat is lower, and the fuel usage is lower. So there, as you can see, the 0.1% is depleted, and as you use it more, the more waste you have, which is measured in millibuckets. And I think once you get 250 or something, then you get 1 cyanite, which is being directly pumped into our EMC system, which actually, let's I'm not entirely sure if I have it in there or not. So now, as you can see, the temperature is much lower. It's able to keep up with our energy needs at the moment, and we're not skyrocketing the temperature, so there's no need to hold it any higher and waste fuel. So it's completely full. And then this should have a backlog. Yeah, backlog of uranium for whenever we need it. And then, or maybe it's 1,000 millibuckets of waste is when it pumps stuff out. All right, so that is our basics, is the basics of our energy. And I'm just waiting for cyanite to come. Now, technically, you could actually probably with Ender IO conduit and personal EMC link do, because I think that you can do both. Potentially, I don't think it's as easy. I think that I have to manually do both. Still no cyanide. How close are we to? Still a while away. I'll grab that in a little bit. Now we should see all of our machines running at maximum capacity. Oh, I forgot to check our. So, yep, everything is at highest capacity, creating emeralds for us. And all of these things are filled to the brim with energy, and we have no use for... Oh, broke some grass. The one problem with everything tools is you can break everything opposed to just the one material that you want. I also set up a latex processing unit because I needed some latex to make... Oh, okay, there goes the ground. Is because I needed some latex for the mob killer. That in. Grab some dirt and fill in the holes. Go. And then actually I wanted that point. I'm going to smack it with my magic stick. And remove that. So now things will be energy will be directly put into this, which will generate essence and these things. Ooh, potion of healing. I'll take that. One less thing for me to create, or for me to make later. You in there, and burn you up. Okay, sweet. So, we have upgraded our energy network. Now let's check the energy storage thingy. And I think that I'm gonna set up some, well, auto crafting's kind of complex though. Well, depending on how you do it. So as you see, this is registering as full. I think that's supposed to, no transfer limit, yeah. I think it should be showing visually that it's full, but that's just a nitpick. So now, as you can see, we are probably, well, it has gone down a little bit. So let's go up to one of these guys and insert it a little bit more. And that should, it has not substantially increased power output, which makes sense actually, because we do have a lot. So let's put an entire row on 80. Just see if we can, because I want, due to how much EMC we have, I do want to be making an excess. Maybe that is just how much of it being full that it will load. I'm used to basically all 9s except for the last one is a 5. Anyway, that's just me nitpicking energy. As long as we're not losing, it's okay. So the next step really should be to get a transmutation tablet, because that will be a lot easier. Transmute. There we go. I'm pretty sure that the more basic tablet, yeah, it's just dark matter blocks, stone, and a table. So this will be simple, and I can what this means is I can access the EMC system mobily. And yep, there we go. And then I can grab from you stone and dark matter blocks. Put you in the center, and then we stone it up. There we go. Learn about the tablet. And then, boom! Now we have portable transportation table. So now, a Magna Star Klein, which is a whole bunch of this other stuff. This is 100 million EMC, which, how much? Yeah, we can make it. Alright, so it will take a little while. Magenta matter is eternalist fuel and red matter. Okay. Actually, this would be a really good time for me to make the crafting table on a stick. Which I assume... Yep, here we go. Crafting table on a stick. Crafting table and stick. This is one of my favorite items. That might be a bit hyperbolic, but... Oh, it's a sign, not a stick. But it is so convenient. Siggin. Nope. Okay. I'll just grab some wood. Alright, and then sticks. And more wood. Boom. Sign. You know, it's very cheap, and now, if I right-click, I have a crafting table. Very convenient. So now I can make the magenta matter and learn about it. And then what else do we need? We need 2 transportation tables, or tablets, I mean. They do not stack. Yeah. And then 4 stone transportation tables. Stone, which do stack. Okay, we need... Oh, wait, wait, what? It's either magenta matter or a tablet. Okay, so these 2 can go back in. I don't know that. I will grab the magenta matter, though. And then we do the crafting table, a shulker box. Search for shulker. I think purple is normal. We have to get shulker shells. Actually, how do you get the Tome of Knowledge? Because that would be Tome of Knowledge. Nope, that's Tome of Foundation. Is there no Tome of Knowledge at Project? Okay, Project E. No tomes here. Knowledge sharing book is different. Pedestal, torch. No other books here. Book of the Alchemist? Nope, yeah. So, no, alright, we just have to make a shulker shell by killing a shulker. Ugh. Okay. Shulker. Egg. Spawn shulker vial, yeah, that's it. Okay, various shulker box upgrades. Trophy, yeah, more, so you can catch a shulker in. Mostly used for decoration. So, I'm gonna have to kill a shulker, is what it looks like. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. Okay, this is good for now. I just want the ability to grab more things quicker. Actually, I'm not gotten rid of either of you. You can get moved. We can set up a power line going to you. Why that's not connecting. Never extract, always insert. Let's see how much. Current balance quite a bit. Total mine 5,000. Current cost per coin 4,000. That is using a lot. How is the network doing? Is there a way to see network statistics? It is still more or less full. Okay. So I don't think that that's really throwing anything off. And those 2 could be moved, but not a big deal. Again, moving those things and grabbing more dirt. Okay, I am pretty sure that this is the time for the episode. I feel like we've made, actually, I did make a conversion kit to make upgrading things quicker. So we can just get it up to reinforced, this energy cell. Which I know is inferior to the other one. But actually, I want to see, if I do this, is still just a basic energy cell. Okay. I'm not sure if there's more EMC on it or not. Let's move all of these things over. We will leave, actually. Holy cow, this is hard to mine. Guess it's making it, like, prank-proof. And, what? Oh, jetpack on, jetpack on, jetpack on, jetpack on. You pooper. I will be back next time with my yak. Not in poop, just normal. Yeah. So this is great. Why are you? Oh, because you used to be extract, now you are insert. Okay. Probably gonna need a little bit of it. And the conversion kit. Okay. Anyway, I will grab all of my stuff. And time for me to float, because I don't have my jetpack, can't actually fly, but I can still break how the game in theory looks. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave a like. If you want to see more of this series, make sure you subscribe and check out the playlist. If you want to share with your friends, click share. If you have any comments, questions, anything, advice, leave that in the comment section down below. I do read them all, and until next time, remember, wherever you go, there you are.